Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. We're playing a Formicid Conjurer of Fetos, and in the last episode we, I think, struggled a little bit with the decision about whether to go into the Hall of Blades. I don't know if I said so on camera or if I was still torn. Hang on, can I just not read? How long have I been wearing this Slay -2 ring? I thought it said +2 when I bought it. This is only this is 1 or 2 episodes. That feels pretty dumb, I gotta say. Well, let's remove it, I guess. I don't want invisibility that badly. Alright, let's go find a better ring to put on instead of that, huh? Ugh, what an idiot. A ring of protection from cold could actually be just the thing. Right? With our current stats? That sounds pretty good. I'm a little bit disappointed that I didn't notice it when we were down in Snake, because now I have to go through Snake 2 again. But I think it's well worth checking out. Well, let's put on at least like something useful while we're on our way. Yeah, okay, go downstairs, sure. He's gonna dig and LRD and crap. What a jerk. I guess you can't exactly run from him the normal way, can you? The digging is too good. Confuse is not liable to work. Okay. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to sort of make sure he's away from all the relevant staircases. And I'd say he's up far enough already. And then we're just going to shaft. Yep. There's nothing scary on Snake 3, just Snake 4. Sorry, just Snake 2. So shaft is a perfectly safe way to get out of there. Much safer than looking around for a safe staircase while Jorgrin is chasing us. Alright, there we go. Which staircase do we want to use now? Those two are a little suspicious. This one looks fine. What? I chose this staircase, and it's right here. Go up. What is going on? Why? I'm looking at Snake 2. And I have selected this as the staircase that I am looking at. And it's red. I've explored it. And so I'm pushing the show me the downstairs of this staircase. And it points me here. There's no stairs here. What is that? Okay, that one doesn't go where we want. How about that one? That one goes where we want. This is messed up. Something is wrong with the stairs display here. And this is on like the release branch too. It's not like it's on trunk where stuff breaks all the time for no reason. I kid, of course. Trunk is generally pretty stable. There are small bugs, and like this obviously is a small bug. It's not a humongous deal, but I'm surprised to see it on a release branch. It would be a little surprising on trunk, but not that surprising really. Oh yeah, we found this staircase and decided that it was safer than messing with all the orcs, which is fine with me. Alright, back to Elf 2, now that we're not wearing a Slay -2 ring for no reason. What are we training? I'm glad we got all that evocations, lol. I mean, it's fine. Like, we can use it for like Wands Vice Blast and so on. Alright, well, back to where we began this video on Elf 2, declaring that we're not going to Elf 3. I don't really need an upgraded... This is a little bit scary. Also, I misplaced my wandering mushrooms. I don't know where I left them. Can't really chase them right now. We got this guy upstairs. That's good. Yeah, good ring. Oh, boy. I was hoping that some of my other mushrooms might find me when I walked back upstairs, but that didn't happen. I thought maybe I just like left them on Elf 2 somewhere, but it looks like I didn't. They got lost when I was auto-traveling somewhere. I mean, don't get me wrong, being able to be invisible was a nice buff, but I don't think occasional invisibility is worth the slay -2 all the time. And now we have cold resistance too, so I don't know, in a way it was serendipitous that I bought such a garbage ring, because when I noticed I had done that, it gave me an excuse to go look at a good ring I had declined to buy. Yeah, if you don't think about that too hard, it really does sound like expert play. Alright, let's head up here. I want to leave the end vault alone for as long as I can get away with it, of course. I could make that a spore, but I don't think that's like the best use of piety to create a spore down there. What is this, rock or just... Sorry, of course it's not rock yet, it's stone. Alright, there's a very, very long wall up here with some stone in it. I don't know what is going on here, but it kind of seems like a big, important vault. Maybe this is like a stair vault, and up there is the actual end vault? What are you doing here, Spriggan? I guess it must be a shapeshifter. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's the end vault. We're gonna leave that alone. Nicola. Okay. So I don't want to be in his line of sight here. And I really, really need some electricity resistance. And I have plenty of potions of resistance, so I'm just going to quaff one. It's just a question of how soon I do it. Another thing is I could use my Scroll of Silence. That would neutralize him pretty well. What do I lose access to from Silence? Not much, right? My scrolls, but none of them are important in combat because I can't blink or anything. You know, fear, I guess, could be good to have, but it's not likely to work against Nicola anyway. I'd kind of like to get him into a kill hole with electricity resistance on and then make it rain on him and then just tab him. That seems pretty legit. And who knows, maybe the Wandering Mushroom will have an effect. It has, actually. Well, you know, I was going to use some piety and, like, create some rain and use a consumable for electricity resistance. But it's just like, nah, Wandering Mushrooms, bro. Let's see about switching that one wandering mushroom. Trivialized Nicola. Like, this is why FedHas is good, right? I think that's fair to say. Anyway, I'm going to try out the large shield. So right now we're at 14 EV and 16 SH. Now we're at 13 and 19. That seems like an improvement. All right. See you later, shield. Pretty soon we'll have neutralized all of the... What is the word that I am thinking of? The penalties? The downsides of wearing that heavier shield. But even though we have not yet... Haha! God, lightning is a bitch. And just in case, I'm going to hit myself with some heal wounds in case one of them sneaks up and double lightnings me again. Oh, alright, my wandering mushroom just killed them both. This guy is a pro. A pro and a half. Wow. He killed Nicola and he killed like 2 deep elf mages basically by himself. I mean, I was the one who actually applied the damage that killed Nicola, but the mushroom is what actually like caused him to be killed. I was the proximate cause. The mushroom was the ultimate root cause. And then those 2 deep elf mages were just literally killed by the mushroom with no help at all from me. Just pretty good deal. Speaking of, I guess I should make some more mushrooms since apparently they're friggin' amazing. And they may help with Elf 3. Like, they're not exactly the kind of tool where you're like, oh yeah, this is what's going to help with Elf 3. But they just, like, they can surprise you by helping in all kinds of situations where you might not expect. Like, I didn't really... You know, when Nicola showed up, right, I had that mushroom, and I didn't really think it was going to help that much with Nicola at all. But just by, like, sort of the good habit of having mushrooms around in general, I got a free pass against Nicola. Like, that's a pretty solid deal that I approve of. And I'm going to try to remember to have mushrooms around since they seem to be useful for now. And just by training a little more invocation, we kept them useful for another serious chunk of the game when for a while they seemed like totally useless. And it didn't take a lot more investment to make them useful again. Alright. So now we have to consider how we tackle this end vault. And as a formicid of FedHas, we have more control over the environment than I think any other character. We can make obstacles with rain. We can destroy obstacles with digging. We can put down traps. Right? This is like, you know, FedHas is sort of like the tower defense god in some ways, right? If you have enough fruit, you can put down Occlob plants that just spew nasty stuff at the enemies. And so there definitely is something to be said for creating a gauntlet of Occlobs, like right here. And just machine gunning the elves as they come down this corridor. But, well, I don't know. Could be good. The downside is that it costs a lot of fruit to do something like that. Basically, each Occlob plant that we create costs 2 fruit. It's 1 to create the initial plant with growth? Yeah. And then another plant to evolve each of them. What else could we do? Well, we could just use some water to make them have to slog through a bunch of water while they're getting shot at by Occlob plants. If we were a conjurer sort of character, then we could just use the water and mow them down ourselves, but we're not really, and so having them slog through a bunch of water here doesn't really help us unless we do something else, i.e. put down aqualob plants. We could create a kill hole. It's not clear exactly where that would go. My best guess is like here. I'm not sure what the deal is with the asymmetry over on this side, why it's not symmetrical with the stone over here. Right, this is stone, yeah? I don't know. I mean, I guess if I wanted to play optimally, I would go look at the vault file and see what the deal is with this. See if I can make a useful kill hole out of it. Looks like I can't. It just is asymmetrical for no clear reason. Ooh, a new ring, huh? No thanks. If some of those minuses were pluses, it would be interesting. But I've gotten over my penchant for minus enchanted rings. Alright, so we can indeed kill hole here. And that may just be enough. The trick is going to be... of course. Something that is typically a problem with this vault is there's sort of this narrow corridor here, and then as soon as you step here, you're like suddenly exposed to a bunch of elves with ranged attacks from all directions. And even if they're dumb enough to want to chase you, they can't because there's all this deep water. So what we can do is dry it up to give them the ability to chase us because it's a bad plan for them. Right? Did we get down to shallow water? We did. I could leave it there. I could make it no water at all. I don't have any strong feelings about which of those is a better choice, so I'm just going to wipe it out. And now we've gotten the attention of a lot of them, but we can actually like lure them back. Yeah, that's a pretty serious fireball you got there, buddy. Okay, that cost us some piety for sure. Interesting. The Earth Elementalist, sorry, the Deep Elf Elementalist seems to know we're somewhere around here. Where the heck is he? These guys are the worst. I'm not very happy with what's going on right now. We're a little bit surrounded. And he's soon to destroy our kill hole, so I'm going to actually just get out of here. Away from the stone walls. This should... well, yeah, it should have the effect of luring the Elementalist, yes. And now we can wait for a while to let the Elementals despawn. And he can't create any more out here. No, please follow me. I really don't want to fight you out in the open like that. Alright, this is an unpleasant group of enemies who I will choose to stare dance now. And alternative plans, I guess this staircase isn't bad. Oh, hello, a bunch of Deep Elf Knights. Oops. I pressed AA to evolve the thing after making some mushrooms, and I had not noticed that what it aimed at was not, in fact, my mushrooms. All right, I'm just gonna grab a couple of these guys. This is not such a great floor to... I don't know. I feel bad. I wasted some piety getting that hyperactive thing that I didn't even need. And it didn't even really create a good, like... I could lure guys up that staircase if I wanted, but that's a bad thing to do. We're just going upstairs, guys. Now let's head over to this staircase again. There's the demonologist. Can we get him? I should stare dance him, actually. No, I'm gonna wait until he summons something particularly nasty. Whoa, what the... Where did all these elves come from? Oh, the shadow demon. Okay, whew. Okay, yeah, we're getting out of here right away. That was spooky. I heard a lot of explosions, apparently. Okay, well, that was an exciting encounter caused by Deep Elf Elementalist. Good job, Grunt. Because, like, without the Deep Elf Elementalist, I could have just dragged all this to my kill hole and I would have been fine. So I feel like that added some fun gameplay. Fun and challenging gameplay. Forcing me not to do any, like, nonsense tactics. And now, of course, I can choose to do those nonsense tactics. Deep Elf Blade Master, though, wielding rapiers. Let's sunlight him and duck up here. That went fine. Where's the High Priest? Here he is. Got him. Shields are at 13.6. I would be thrilled to have them at 14, 15. 14 would be nice too, you know, but I wouldn't be thrilled about it, I guess. Alright, Lost Soul, will you get out of here, please? It worked! He faded away. Amazing. I forgot to sunlight the area he's going to be in, but actually we just tabbed the heck out of him real fast, so it turned out fine. Deep Elf Annihilators are no joke. They have, in particular, like, I think they have LCS? At least Iron Shot, maybe LCS. And they also have, like, Lightning Bolt that can really bounce quite hard in kill holes like this. Of course, it can still only bounce twice, but twice is a lot. I think they have Poison Arrow. Like, they have a lot of things. LCS, Iron Shot, Poison Arrow, Lightning Bolt. I got all the spells. The 4 spells they had are the ones that I named. Amazing. But, you know, we're just a friggin' Ant-Man, so, you know, in a kill hole, nobody gets to mess with us, is the idea. Anyway. Potion of Ambrosia. I'm a little surprised to find that I'm picking those up, but okay. What use are those? I don't know. Like, if I needed MP a lot, it could be good. Alright. I sunlit him. Wake up game. Here we are. This guy isn't summoned, is he? No. Okay. Demonologist Definitely something to be taken seriously. And I think we got in here without him summoning any nasties. Good enough. I saw something else, some other kind of elf. I don't remember what it was. I think it was just like a normal deep elf mage or something. You guys remember there used to be things called deep elf fighters in here? And like deep elf mages, along with the deep elf fighters, were just total trash. I think it's a lot more fun now that deep elf mages are serious monsters and we don't have stupid monsters. A ring of evasion. Pass. What was the new thing I got also? A rod of shadows? I guess I'll try it. No, never mind. Just drop it. I mean, we have some Evo skill. But it's hard to swap away from Vamp, and I just don't like Shadows that much. Like, I know it's really good if you get a lot of Evo skill. You know, being able to summon Caustic Shrikes is pretty cool. But right now, we're probably at the level of summoning, like, I don't know, Centaurs maybe? Maybe Hill Giants? Nothing too frightful. +2 Ring of Strength, not so great. And we also got another Potion of Might. That's good news. Who is this? A Demonologist. We got a couple demons to deal with before we see him. Alright. No big deal, though. Several rings, all junk. We're a bit drained, not too bad, right? Nah. A lot of Demonologists today, it feels like. I didn't know Hellbeasts are fast. Alright. Well, that's... You learn something every day, I guess. Yeah, no thanks. Do not need a Ring of Sea Invisible as a Formicid, that's for sure. Alright, who's left? There's definitely still some elves left, no question there. Let's just put down Sunlight here. We don't need to kill a single Deep Elf Blade Master. Got another new ring. Been getting a lot of those. Dragon from Fire does not seem very interesting to me right now. And we also found a Scroll of Enchant Armor, which... The Fire Dragon Scales or the gloves? Let's actually wait until we're done with the Elf End Vault here. We could very well run into something that is worth upgrading to in either one of those two slots in the very near future. Which is reason enough for me. That was not the best timing. To put off the upgrade. Because we might put the upgrade on the wrong thing. And normally it's like, well, you know, you take your chances. But as I've said a few times before, when I have an upgrade impending, or a possible upgrade impending, is when I don't mind actually delaying the choice for a little while. Let's go ahead and dry up the rest of this as well. To make sure that more of these monsters... Let's shout. More of these monsters I want to have a chance to come find me so I can lure them away. God, stop. These guys blink like crazy. I don't know how much the sunlight is really helping, but it's sort of like free to use and like hope it helps. So, I mean, that's what I'm gonna do. All right, there's still some monsters here, but this is a good spot to be fighting an elementalist in, i.e. it's not next to rock walls. None of this looks very good. A new book with some conjuration spells. If only we were playing a conjurer. Ha ha ha. Book of Party Tricks has apportation. And lesser beckoning, huh? What is the Formicid translocation app? I think it's actually good, right? Yeah, it's just -1. These are two interesting translocation spells that affect things other than you, and so might be worth learning. However, apporting the orb is a lot less appealing as a Formicid. And also, they made some changes that I think went into 0.19 to make teleporting in Zot more awkward. So I'm not really too keen on that. And I think lesser beckoning is interesting. It's certainly nice to have monsters next to you instead of far away when you're a Formicid. But it's not worth investing a whole giant pile of experience in, I'll tell you that. So I think I don't want any of these spells. Wait, what kind of rod is this? How did I find out the other one was Rod of Shadows? I guess I must have seen an elf wield it or something? Or activate it, rather? That makes a little sense, I guess. Alright, if you're gonna blink away, that's fine. Yeah, don't do that to me, sir. I'll shut the door on you as many times as it takes. You gotta follow me. I'm not gonna follow you. Okay, and here's the other half of the loot, I guess. Some cool boots. We're already wearing some excellent boots, so this is unlikely to be an upgrade. I don't need any of that. Wouldn't mind regen, but it's a lot of investment given that we're terrible at like... well, I guess we're not so bad at necromancy or charms. We're not good at them. And we're wearing heavy armor and we're not great at spell casting. Like, it's a big investment. It might be worth picking up at some point. But not right now. A manual of evocations. Alright, that is worth noting. Evocations is a skill that is just like good to have. And if someone's going to give it to you for free, like, sure, it's worth spending some experience training it. Interesting that FedHouse does not object to... let's grab the box of beasts since we're planning to go into necromancy. Or not necromancy, evocations. I know, of course, you know, FedHouse only objects to... +2 boots of running. Do those work as a Formicid? I don't know. I think they do. Let me check. Boots running. Running Formicid. Formicid running. It's not mentioned. All right, I think it works. Honestly, I'm still not sure it's worthwhile. Like, the resistance, the strength, they're pretty good. But I don't know. I guess like as a Formicid, being able to get away from combat is amazing, right? Other races can blink away and we can't. So that makes running really important. I'm a little worried about what it's going to do to our resists. But I don't know, guys. I'm going to have to put this decision off for a little while. Let me also grab this File of Floods. And we'll start training evocations. And then when fighting and shields hit 15, we'll turn them off. Whew, a fiend of some sort. See ya, buddy. And then there's like this deep elf trash mage. Okay, we're done exploring elf 3. It's been a good solid half hour. I guess before we call an end to the video, let's see if there's anything important that we missed on this floor. Again, the Book of Necromancy could be good. The shiny plate armor is worth looking at, actually, I think. Just because, like, Fire Dragon scales are not that amazing. And if this were, like, +8 plate mail of cold resistance or something, like, that would be pretty cool, I guess. Or maybe a fire resist. I don't know. I guess that would probably be better. Plate ego. Yeah, there's actually several of these lying around that I should try out. What? What do you mean you don't know how to get there? It's... Oh, interesting. Huh. Well, okay, there's an Oclob plant. I see. So we're supposed to have seen this, but I don't think Auto Explore showed it to us. It only went as far as this and said, oh, well, there's no way to get behind those rock walls, so forget it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I feel like this vault needs some updating because it just doesn't make sense with the current line of sight. That doesn't... When Auto Explorer takes you to here, it sees there's nothing more to look at, and so it leaves. Huh. All right. Well, let's drop, like, I don't know, one of these useless wands. Disintegration. I like Ambrosia. I don't need that junk. And let us try on this plate armor. +10 of ponderousness. Very funny indeed. Not worth it though. Ponderous rarely is. It makes our Formicid problems even worse. We can't even reposition tactically that well when you're slow. Because time that you spend walking away from monsters is time they get free shots on you. I don't think you can really get like +7 plate armor of fire resistance on the floor. Like, it just does not exist. You can only get such huge pluses when it's ponderous, and I'm just not willing to wear that. So now we're left with the choice of what to spend our enchant armor on, having not found an upgrade to our Fire Dragon scales or gloves. I think that I will choose the gloves and just sort of, maybe if I found some Gold Dragon scales, I would upgrade. I don't know. It's nice to have that avenue a little bit more open by not spending our enchant armor in the Fire Dragon scales. Okay, so that was Elf. Not bad. And we're going to head back to the dungeon. And who knows, probably do like vaults soon. Maybe swamp. I don't know. Probably not depths. We still want to get the slimy rune for our trove, but I don't think we're quite ready for that yet. So we're not doing that. But it doesn't really matter because we're doing that in a future episode, not in this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.